With us today is fashion consultant and style expert Stephany Greene. Welcome, Stephany.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dress Down Friday, it's taken over. I mean, it was sort of, everybody was easing into it. Not very popular at first, but it's become sort of the norm now on summer Fridays.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about what you do. You do a lot of fashion consulting. You do it in New York City for a lot of pretty well-established folks.
Yeah, exactly. Starting out at Calvin Klein, I've worked with Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren, Polo jeans.
And when you say a stylist, what does that mean?
Basically, kind of doing what I'm doing here. You know, giving people style advice, helping them out with their own wardrobes in terms of what to kind of use what they already have and then make it even better.
I'm Stephanie Andrews here in New York's Bryant Park at the premiere of Anna Swee's Spring Collections. This season, Anna revisited the 60s and 70s in a 90s version of hippie heaven. Long feminine chiffon dresses were flowing at the ankle and exotic Indian prints accessorized with adorable floppy hats and strappy sandals. Tell me, what was your inspiration for the show?
I wanted it to be really feminine and really romantic. It was really dictated by the fabrics that I found. You know, I found some beautiful chiffons and prints and things.
My favorite one would have been the pink ladies. I don't know what you would call it, a top. It was like what's the name of that pink thing I had on?
A negligee?
Negligee type thing. That's my favorite.
With a uniquely innovative twist, Anna took her influence from the groovy 60s and the hip 70s while building on a 90s kind of style, creating one of this spring's most exciting collections. So there it is, Anna Swee's Spring Collection. I'm Stephany Andrews, reporting to you for Fashion News.
My goal as a football player when I first started is that I had to have something to do after football was over with. A passion of mine was fashion. Being a big guy and not being able to find stuff to fit all the time, I got into a little bit of design, but more giving people concepts and letting them do, you know, all the hard work. But you know, it took it to the next stage. In partnering with BET and G3 Apparel, we were able to really create a really nice business for ourselves. I can't say she's the genius behind it all, you know, so I have an opinion, but I value hers more than I value mine because she touches it and feels it.
I basically try to give my man that I'm designing for what he's looking for. So if he wants bright colors, I'll give that to him. But right now, I really think the customer is getting much more sophisticated than he used to be. Not only high-tech technology in our fabrics, in our trim, and our patches and so forth, but we're bringing old school back too. We've got graffiti, we have some classic NFL graphics that we're going to be dealing with. We're going to sort of do like an old school line. So we got a little bit of both. Throughout the industry, it's rarely known that there are some very major minorities like myself that are behind the scenes in the garment industry. I left Tommy Hilfiger during his height, and different companies started hiring me to give their line urban flavor. Okay, you've been in business maybe 17 years, you're 75 million. FUBU went from 35,000 to 350 million in 5 years. What part of this market do you not understand? If you want to go to the urban market, you can't run from it, you have to run to it. The way that urban chic began with slavery is that through suffering, through struggle, through hardship, we express ourselves. Slaves might kind of twist their sleeve up a certain way or tie their do-rag a certain way. Given a little bit of flavor somehow, there's always a way that you're trying to get your own personality. Although the urbanization of America began on the backs of slaves, it's evolving into worldwide culture. Japanese girls are cornrowing and dreading their hair in Japan, where hip-hop is the #1 music in the country. So from slavery to blacks, to whites, to Latins, to Asians, Chinese, Indians, Peruvians, Middle Eastern, it's from America to Afghanistan. It's covering the globe. One of my favorite things about DC is the combination of natural and man-made beauty. And to me, nowhere is it more evident than on this stretch of the National Mall. I come often to walk by the reflecting pool between the dramatic World War II Memorial and the stately Lincoln Memorial. But many people visit this stretch of the mall to pay their respects to the Vietnam and Korean War memorials as well. And if it's late March or early April, I always take a walk on the nearby tidal basin to view the cherry trees during the Cherry Blossom Festival.